Hello everyone, and I hope you're having a great day. Today, we're diving into a chilling story where Tuna is beaten and thrown into a river, left for dead by Nam, the man who tried to silence her forever. What happens when Nam believes his crime is buried in the dark water until Alex appears as the unexpected man who saves Tuna's life? If this story grabs your attention, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our upcoming videos. A dim yellow streetlight leaks through the cracked window of the run-down apartment, stretching Nam's shadow across the stained floor. The place smells of old smoke and damp concrete. Nam pushes the door open without knocking. His eyes are red, unfocused, soaked in alcohol and the constant hunger of gambling debts that never leave him alone. Tuna stands near the corner, fingers gripping the hem of her shirt so tightly her knuckles turn white. She forces herself to breathe, to stay calm, even as Nam staggers closer. She knows this walk, she knows this look. His voice comes out rough, scraping his throat. "Give me the money," he says. "You're still hiding it from me, aren't you?" Tuna shakes her head. Her voice trembles, but she doesn't back down. "I don't have any. Just leave." The room goes quiet, heavy and tight, like the air before a storm. Nam's lips curl into a crooked smile. His hand slowly clenches into a fist. He takes one step forward, then another, dragging the moment out on purpose. Tuna retreats until her back hits the wall. Her heart slams against her ribs, loud enough that she's sure he can hear it. Memories rush in. Other nights, other bruises, promises that never meant anything. Her body freezes, caught between fear and instinct. Nam raises his hand. The streetlight cuts across his face, leaving half of it swallowed in darkness. Rage simmers there, ready to boil over. Tuna closes her eyes. She braces herself. The pressure in the room feels unbearable, like a ticking bomb about to explode. A small, fragile hope flickers in her chest. That maybe this time he'll stop. That maybe he'll turn away. But it fades fast. Nam roars, his shout shaking the walls. Time stretches, each second thick with dread. Tuna's body trembles as she waits for the pain she knows too well. There's no escape, no one to hear her. Just the suffocating space between two people who were once tied together by something that now feels unrecognizable. The first punch lands like thunder. Tuna collapses to the floor, a sharp, metallic taste flooding her mouth. Before she can even react, another blow comes, then another. Nam doesn't slow down. He kicks her stomach, her chest, over and over, forcing her to curl inward, arms wrapped around herself in a desperate attempt to survive. The sound of fist against flesh echoes in the small apartment, sickening and loud. Tuna tries to scream, but only weak groans slip out. Tears streak down her face, mixing with blood. Pain burns through her body, but worse than that is the humiliation, the crushing question of how her life ended up here. "You want me to starve?" Nam snarls between breaths. "Give me the money!" Each strike carries years of anger, failure, and blame. Tuna crawls across the floor, reaching for anything to defend herself. Her fingers scrape against cold emptiness. Her strength drains away. The edges of her vision blur. The world narrows to pain, shadows, and Nam's heavy breathing. Every nerve screams. The tiny spark of hope inside her flickers, then weakens. She curls tighter, protecting the last fragile piece of consciousness she has left. Pain spreads like fire, burning through every memory that once felt warm or beautiful. The beating doesn't stop. It drags on, merciless, pushing her closer and closer to the edge where everything goes dark. Finally, Tuna lies still. Her chest doesn't rise. Nam freezes. He stands over her, panting, staring at her unmoving body. Slowly, his anger drains away, replaced by something colder. He drops to his knees and presses trembling fingers beneath her nose. Nothing. No, it can't be, he whispers, his voice breaking. For a brief second, flashes of better days cut through his mind, laughter, promises, moments he barely remembers anymore. Then fear crashes in, loud and overwhelming. Prison, sirens, a cell door slamming shut. Nam looks around the apartment, heart racing. Sweat beads on his forehead despite the cold. In his mind, Tuna is dead. An accident, he tells himself. A mistake that went too far. Regret flickers, but it's weak, crushed quickly by survival instinct. He mutters excuses under his breath, blaming her, blaming the world, blaming everything except himself. The shadows on the walls seem to stare back at him. Blood stains on the floor feel like accusations. The ticking clock sounds impossibly loud, counting down the seconds to his downfall. Nam forces himself to stand. His legs shake, but his decision hardens. He has to get rid of the body before anyone finds out. The night outside is pitch black. Nam carries Tuna over his shoulder, her body limp and weightless, as if life has already completely left her. He slips out of the old building, avoiding lights and windows, and drives through empty streets toward the outskirts of the city. At a deserted riverbank, he stops. The wind cuts through him sharp and cold. He opens the trunk and drags her out, her head lolling to the side like a broken doll. Nam stares at the rushing black water. For one brief moment, he hesitates. Then he shoves her forward. A muted splash breaks the silence. Her body sinks, then slowly drifts with the current. Nam stands there, frozen, breath visible in the cold air. Relief washes over him, tangled tightly with a dread he knows will never fully disappear. He tells himself it's over, that the river will erase everything. The wind howls, rustling the trees like whispered curses. Nam turns away, refusing to look back, and hurries to his car. But the image of Tuna drifting in the dark burns itself into his mind. The icy current carries her downstream, swallowing secrets and silence alike. Her body floats, twisting gently with the water. Her breath is barely there, so faint it almost disappears. The cold seeps into her bones, pulling her deeper toward nothingness. Then on the riverbank, a figure appears. Alex is out for a late-night run, the moonlight outlining his shape. He slows, noticing something unnatural moving in the water. His heart skips. Without thinking, he drops his bag and dives in. The cold hits him hard, stealing his breath. But he swims with everything he has, reaching Tuna just as the current starts to pull her under. He grabs her by the hair and drags her toward the shore. Alex collapses onto the wet grass with her, chest heaving. He doesn't stop. He presses his hands against her chest, counting, pushing, breathing life back into her body. Again. And again. Water spills from Tuna's mouth as she coughs violently. Her eyes flutter, unfocused, filled with confusion and pain. Alex pulls her close, whispering, "Stay with me. You're okay. You're okay." Under the silver moonlight, it feels unreal, like a scene from a film where everything balances on a single breath. Tuna shivers in his arms, her body exhausted but alive. The night is freezing, but warmth slowly spreads through her chest. For the first time in hours, darkness loosens its grip. Tuna wakes slowly, as if she is being pulled upward from the bottom of a dark, endless sea. Her body feels unfamiliar, heavy, sore, wrapped in a deep ache that pulses with every breath. For a moment, panic grips her chest. She doesn't recognize the ceiling above her. The light is soft, warm, nothing like the dim yellow glow of the apartment that still haunts her thoughts. She tries to move. Pain shoots through her ribs and spine, stealing the air from her lungs. A weak sound escapes her throat before she can stop it. You're awake. The voice is calm, steady, close. Tuna turns her head slightly. Alex is sitting beside the couch, leaning forward, a cup of hot tea in his hands. His eyes look tired, rimmed with shadows, as if he hasn't slept in days. When he sees her fully conscious, relief flickers across his face, raw and unguarded. "You're safe," he says gently. "You're in my apartment. The doctor came earlier. You have bruises and a concussion, but you're alive." Alive. The word feels strange in her mind. Tuna tries to speak, but her throat burns. Alex notices immediately, lifting the cup and helping her take small sips. The warmth spreads through her chest, grounding her, reminding her that this moment is real. Her hands begin to shake. Tears come next, hot, unstoppable. She turns her face away, ashamed of how broken she feels, but Alex doesn't move back. He stays right there, quiet, patient, as if he understands that this is something she has to let out. After a long moment, she whispers, "He came back." Alex doesn't interrupt. "He said I was hiding money," Tuna continues, her voice barely steady. "He said I owed him. I told him I didn't have anything. I told him to leave." Her breathing grows uneven as memories surge forward. Nam's bloodshot eyes, the smell of alcohol, the sound of the door closing behind him. "He didn't listen," she says. "He never listens." She squeezes her eyes shut. "When he raised his hand, I knew it was going to be bad." Alex sets the tea aside and gently places a hand on her arm. His touch is firm, grounding, nothing like the hands she remembers. "He hit me," Tuna says, the words tumbling out now. "Again and again, I tried to protect myself. I tried to crawl away. I couldn't scream. I really thought that was it." Her voice cracks completely. "I remember the floor," she whispers. "Cold. I remember not being able to breathe. Then nothing." Silence fills the room when she stops. Alex's jaw tightens. His eyes darken, not with judgment, but with controlled anger. "He tried to kill you," Alex says quietly. Tuna flinches, even though she knows it's true. "For a long time," Alex continues, "he controlled you with fear. That ends now." She looks at him, doubt and fear tangled together. "What if he comes back? What if he finds me?" "He won't," Alex says firmly. "Not if we do this the right way." The word police hangs between them, heavy and terrifying. Tuna swallows. "I'm scared." "I know," Alex says, "but you won't be alone." The days that follow pass slowly, marked by pain and healing. Tuna sleeps often, her body demanding rest. Bruises bloom across her skin. Dark, ugly reminders she can't ignore. At night, she wakes from nightmares, heart racing, convinced she hears footsteps outside the door or Num's voice calling her name. Every time, Alex is there. Sometimes he sits quietly nearby, pretending to read, even when the book hasn't moved in an hour. Other times, he brings her water or food she barely touches. He never asks questions she's not ready to answer. He never pressures her. He simply stays. Gradually, they talk about what comes next. Alex explains everything carefully. Recording phone calls, saving messages, luring Nam into admitting what he did. Police waiting nearby. He makes sure she understands every step. More importantly, he makes sure she agrees. "You're in control," he tells her. "We stop whenever you want." At first, Na's hands shake every time Nam's name comes up. But slowly, something shifts inside her. Fear is still there, but it no longer feels paralyzing. In its place, a quiet determination begins to grow. She is tired of running, tired of hiding, tired of surviving instead of living. The morning of the meeting arrives too quickly. Na stands in front of the mirror, adjusting her jacket with trembling fingers. Bandages are still visible along her arm and collarbone. Her face looks pale, older somehow, but her eyes are clearer than they've been in years. "You don't have to do this," Alex says gently. "If you change your mind, we walk away." Na meets her reflection. Then she looks at Alex. "I need to face him," she says. "Not for revenge, for myself." They arrive at the meeting spot, a quiet area, Nam chose, confident and careless. He shows up late, hands in his pockets, wearing the same crooked smile she knows too well. His eyes flick over her injuries. "Well," he says casually, "looks like you survived." Na's stomach twists, but she doesn't step back. "You beat me," she says calmly. "You left me in the river." Nam scoffs. "You pushed me," he replies. "You always do." Alex stands a short distance away, silent, phone hidden, but recording every word. Nam keeps talking. He complains about money, about bad luck, about how she ruined everything. Each sentence digs him deeper. "You think I had a choice?" he snaps. "You drove me to it." Na listens, her heart pounding, but she doesn't interrupt. Then the sirens erupt. Red and blue lights flood the space. Police rush in from all sides. Nam freezes, shock, twisting into panic. "What is this?" he shouts. "You set me up!" Hands grab his arms. Handcuffs snap shut. He struggles, screams, denies everything, but it's useless. The evidence is solid. His own words sealed it. Na watches as he's dragged away. Tears stream down her face, not from fear this time, but release. Alex steps closer, placing a steady hand on her shoulder. "It's over," he says softly. Later, sunlight pours through the windows of the police station. The light feels different, clean, honest. As Na steps outside, she inhales deeply, filling her lungs with air that finally feels free. The past hasn't disappeared, the pain hasn't vanished, but for the first time in years it no longer controls her. She is still standing, she is still alive, and this time she is not alone. The story follows Na, a woman trapped in a violent past, with her ex-husband, Nam. Consumed by alcohol and gambling addiction, Nam attacks Na in a brutal rage, beating her and throwing her into a freezing river, believing he has killed her. As darkness closes in, fate intervenes when Alex, out for a late-night run, notices Na drifting in the water and rescues her at the last moment. Severely injured but alive, Na finds safety and support with Alex, who helps her confront the trauma she nearly didn't survive. Together they plan to expose Nam's crime through legal means. When Nam unknowingly admits his actions, police step in and arrest him. In the end, Na escapes the cycle of violence, justice is served, and a life once nearly erased is given a second chance. Any further dispute must go through legal channels and cannot interrupt medical recovery. Na doesn't burst into dramatic tears, she just sits there breathing. It feels like the rain inside her chest has finally stopped pounding for a second. Huang's jaw locks. She stands stiffly, eyes cold. "This isn't finished," she says, and leaves. Nam follows, head lowered, not once looking at Henry's room as he passes. When the office door closes, Na finally lets out a shaky exhale. Her shoulders sag like a rope cut loose. Alex turns to her. "You did well?" Na looks at him, and her eyes fill again, but this time the tears are quieter. "I almost lost him," she whispers. "If you hadn't stopped." Alex's gaze softens. "I did stop," he says, "and you kept going. Don't forget that." Days later, Henry is discharged. The sun is out, gentle and pale, like it's afraid to be too bright. Na carries Henry in her arms as they walk toward the hospital gate. Henry is awake, eyes wide, looking at the world like it's new again. He is lighter than he should be, but alive. Breathing. Warm. Alex walks beside them, not too close, not too far, like he's learned the shape of their space. At the gate, Na stops. Her voice is heavy with everything she can't fit into words. "Without you, I would have lost my child." Alex shakes his head slowly. "I only did what needed to be done." Na looks down at Henry, then back at Alex. "I don't know what happens next," she admits. "I don't know how I'll pay you back. I don't even know how I'll make things stable." Alex's answer is simple. "One step at a time. Today you take him home. Tomorrow we handle the next thing." Na studies him, searching for the catch. She's used to help that comes with conditions, used to kindness that turns into debt. But Alex's face doesn't show ownership, just concern. "Why do you care this much?" she asks, almost angry at how much she wants to believe him. Alex takes a breath. "Because I saw you in the rain," he says, "and I couldn't keep driving." Na swallows. Her throat tightens. For the first time, she lets herself say the truth she's been avoiding. "I'm scared to trust people." Alex nods once. "That makes sense," he says. "So don't trust words. Trust actions." He hands her a small envelope with the medical receipts and a note with his phone number. "Call me if they come back. Call me if Henry's fever returns. Call me if you need help with paperwork. I'm not promising you miracles. I'm just telling you I won't disappear." Na holds the envelope like it's fragile. Henry looks at Alex and smiles weakly, then whispers, "Thank you." Alex's expression breaks into something warmer. "Get strong, little guy," he says. Na steps forward, then stops herself. Her voice shakes again. "I don't want to be your burden." Alex answers, gently but firmly. "You're not a burden. You're a mother who got left alone. That's not the same thing." They stand there for a moment, sunlight on wet pavement, the last traces of rain evaporating. No big confession, no dramatic kiss, just something quieter. A choice not to turn away. Na walks out of the hospital gate with Henry in her arms. Alex watches them go, then turns toward his car, knowing his life is still full of responsibilities. But he also knows something else now. Sometimes the biggest turning point isn't a miracle, it's a decision. The moment someone stops in the rain. In a cold mountain storm, 17-year-old single mum Na carries her feverish son, Henry, along an empty road, desperate to reach the hospital. When she collapses from exhaustion and lack of money, a passing CEO named Alex stops, protects them, pays the emergency deposit, and stays through the night. As Henry stabilizes, Na faces a new threat. Her ex-husband Nam and his mother Huang arrive, not with concern,